Hello everyone, Buddy Corbin with North Metro RIA and the Progressive Group. I'm here with Bob Wilburn. Bob's got a program for loan modification that's very helpful, going to be very helpful to a lot of you. Bob, tell us a little bit about your program.
Well, my company name is Hope Real Estate Services LLC. I work to help homeowners stay in their home. That is the bottom line. And in the past, if you were behind in your mortgage or were late, or you had issues that caused you some hardship, then you had no options. In today's market with the government backing, we have a lot of options for you now that can actually, versus refinancing, we can restructure the existing loan that you have to make it affordable.
So what loan modification is all about is exactly what you're saying, the modification of your current loan that you have.
That's exactly what it is.
Now, could you go into a little detail? Now, I'm sure the earlier in the process, the better for them to get in touch with you. But will this work in any phase of delinquency, or what's ideal for you?
It is ideal is exactly what you said. Is we get in as early as possible.
Now, will this work prior to foreclosure, prior to the property?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good.
So if you're 30 days in, 60 days in, you haven't received a notice yet, it's a perfect time for you to get into a loan mod agreement. When we do a loan mod agreement, it stops the process.
Okay, so it could actually help from dinging their credit as bad as well.
It stops the
whole
entire
process.
Okay. If you're in foreclosure and we have issues that we think we can resolve, we can do a loan mod for you, and we stop the foreclosure process in its tracks.
Okay.
So even if you're in foreclosure, if I got 2 weeks notice, I can stop the foreclosure.
Okay, so 2 weeks prior to the foreclosure is the time that you need to do a loan modification. Of course, we know if someone's in foreclosure and they need and that's not possible, or it's not possible for them to keep their home, there's other things that we can do as far as short sales and different things that it's possible also to possibly postpone the foreclosure to give us long enough to get that property sold as well, correct? So
Yeah.
at any phase it would be good for them to contact us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And if I could rewind a minute.
Sure.
And just give an overview. There's two types of people that we work with. There are people that got into the subprime market, bought into houses based on interest only. They may have an ARM program, adjustable rate mortgage, and if that ARM adjusts up, they can't afford their house anymore.
Right.
There are people that really should have never bought their house, that really need to get out of that property and get into something more financially feasible. The third thing is, you have people just experience some hardships. I mean, just life happens to you, and stuff happens. Like I had a couple where the guy fell, hurt himself, couldn't work anymore, was behind his mortgage 90 days. Well, in the old world, they would foreclose on you. In this world, we have the option through a loan mod program to try and help them.
That's excellent. Now, what other information about the mod? Now, I know that does it cost anything to have them have you come out and talk with them?
Absolutely not.
What's the process? I guess if they're interested at all, what's the process from here?
The process is that, first of all, if you received a foreclosure notice, you should never be charged anything up front from anybody.
Okay.
Secondly is that when you work with me, I pre-qualify you.
Now, also too, I mean to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
it just reminded me of something. I know a lot of folks in foreclosure get a lot of different letters, and some of those things are not legitimate services, correct?
They're horrible, and there are a lot of people out there that will come in your home, take your money, and then you'll never see them again.
Yeah.
In a true loan modification process, what happens is we interview you to see if we adjust your mortgage, can you still afford your home? If you can't, then it's not going to go through.
Okay. So at what point is there a charge for this, or how does
Oh, that's
how
good.
does how does this work?
So what happened is, I interview you on your hardship case. I put a P&L together and go through your finances. We look at what the cost of your home is. We look at what your existing mortgage loan's about, and we ask ourselves the question, if we adjusted this, either taking your late payments and move them to the back, if we were to adjust the interest rate, if we were to adjust the terms of your agreement, could you afford the home? If the answer is no, then you don't need to be in the home. If the answer is yes, then we'll do everything we can feasible to help you adjust your mortgage.
Now, if the answer is no, do you have some folks that work short sales or have some other alternatives for these people that could help them with that if that's necessary?
Absolutely, that's a great
Okay.
question. And most loan modification people that you will hear from, or you get emails from, or letters from, only do a very small part of that business. What we are trying to do is to put a package together where we ask you a question. If everything being equal, we could fix your mortgage and you could stay in your home, do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
If the answer is yes, then we go through with a loan mod. If the answer is no, then we have a team of people put together to help you do an exit strategy on your home. And that could be either a deed in lieu, it could be a foreclosure, it could be not a foreclosure, but a short sale.
Okay, so what you're saying is a lot of people may say they do loan modifications, but their real intent is to get that home, not to do a loan modification.
Their intent is to take your home away from you.
Okay. All right. And
Is that good question?
why'd you get involved in this?
Spiritually, it's a ministry for me. I enjoy helping people.
Leave us a calling to help these folks that may
Yep.
not have any other alternatives.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, Bob, how can they get in? Anyone that's interested, how can they get in touch with you?
My name is Bob Wilborn. My company name is Hope Real Estate Services, LLC. My number is 404-502-3227.
Can you give an email address as well?
HOPERS, HOPERS @bellsouth.net.
Now, what states can you do this? Provide this
Anywhere in the
service?
country.
Anywhere in the country. Now, this video is going to go out on a lot of different services, so you may get calls from all over. So that's great, Bob. We appreciate it, and you guys that could use those services, please get in touch with Bob. Thank you.